What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today I want to talk about an underappreciated art form that African Americans have created that's inspired by African culture, and that's battle rap. Battle rap. Yeah, I know, right? Like, where I come up with that, that's like way left field. But I think battle rapping is a particular part of African American subculture that is underappreciated for what it really is, all right? Now, battle rap is a battle of wit and intellect, right? Even though, yes, it's a blood sport. People talk trash about each other. It's joning, it's talking trash, it's negative, but it's combat. Just like we got boxing, we got MMA, we got wrestling. Those are all violent sports, things we like to participate in, right? Competition. There's nothing wrong with competition. And battle rapping is another form of competition, but it's an intellectual competition. It's an intellectual battle between two individuals in front of a crowd. And as a battle rapper, and you got kind of like two different forms of battle rapping, right? You got the original form, which is right off the top of the head, freestyle battle rapping, to where you didn't have anything pre-written. You just going off instant response to what your opponent is saying, right? So think about how complex it is, because everybody knows African Americans, African people in general, we are, when it comes to physical sports, I don't need to say anything. It's already known, right? But it's underappreciated, our intellectual superiority, how fast the twitch muscles of our brains work when utilized in a combative manner, right? When it's in competition with others, right? So we got a whole sport. We have, as black people, as African American, like I said, it's a part of African American competition, but at the same time, it's not truly originated from African Americans, because there are different forms of this verbal combat that originate out of Africa, and they still do it to this day in different forms. Just like rap originated in Africa. That's why these funny little the Latinos and the hip hop, whatever, all that shit, that's all like elementary school shit, because people who know real history knows that African people been rapping for thousands, if not tens of or hundreds of thousands of years. Rapping, or using our oratory skills laid on top of a beat, laid within a rhythm, is how we as African people have been telling our stories for thousands of years. It's called the griots. People really need to have more appreciation for the African griot. The African griot was the first rapper, the first battle rapper, all right? The first DJ, right? The griot's assistant, the one with the drum, banging on the drum while the griot is rapping a storyteller, right? So rap, hip hop, the origins, the beginnings, all comes from Africa. But I want to talk about the thing that was created in America called battle rap. You get these two, usually it's young individuals, right? They get together and they quarrel. And then the quarrel is a verbal quarrel, right? And you have to defeat the person verbally with your own mouth, right? That means you have to create and manifest the spells that would affect and attack your opponent to the point where he can't fight back, right? You have to rebuttal the thing that he said quickly in order to get a lick back, right? Because there's points to this, right? There's points to this. And like I said, you got the first version, which is a total freestyle, meaning you have nothing pre-written. Then you got the second form, which is usually pre-written. So they would pre-write their spells, pre-write their attacks, their parries, their overhand rights, their jabs. They pre-write these, and good battle rappers, good oratory professionals, good battle rappers, they know how to write such complex attacks that is impossible for the opponent to fight back, right? And most of the times it's 3 rounds. Somebody got to win. Either the crowd judges or they have actually dedicated judges for the event. But either way, both forms, first of all, the freestyle version straight off the top of the head displays how absolutely excellent the black man's intellectual twitch muscles is to come out with complex conversation, complex thought with nuance and comprehension. Because keep in mind, he has to say what he has to say, and the crowd has to be able to comprehend and interpret what it is that he is saying in order for his words to be effective towards his opponent. It's a crowd participation thing. And in the tradition of the African, the call and response is sometimes utilized within these battles, meaning the crowd gets involved. So that means if somebody's saying a rap, there may be a phrase that's already been inherently thought of by the crowd, because they have to intellectually be able to follow along too, and they may help him advance with the extra power move to hit his opponent when you can get the crowd to participate on the fly with something you want to say, with a powerful word or phrase that's supposed to be a knockout punch to your opponent, right? The call and response. You can't get no more African than call and response. And that technique is used awful lot within the battle rapping culture. And if you can string along enough strong, powerful attacks with call to response tactics onto that, getting the crowd involved even more, then in fact, you'll win the battle if you can string them things along. You're talking about the complexity. We're talking about playing verbal chess. That's what this is. This is verbal chess. Dare I may say verbal Go, which is a game that's harder than chess, right? And African Americans, we excel in it. It's such a complicated and respected sport within the subculture of hip hop that any individual from the outside, if they're able to excel within this sport, we elevate them. Why do you think Eminem is so popular and elevated within the black community? Because he's one of the rare Europeans who had the intellectual twitch muscles and skills to compete within the African art of battle rapping to the point to where he is deified almost within the black community, right? That's where he got his cred from, the ability to participate in such a complex, high twitch muscle, high brain operational sport, because you can't be stupid and be a battle rapper. You can't be dumb. You can't second guess yourself. It's like this. It's the Olympics for the brain. So you got to have a good brain. You got to be able to you really have to be able to comprehend. You got to be able to spell. You got to be able to write to even participate in this sport. So when it comes to reading in books and telling stories and comprehending, African people have always been the gods of communication, of the spoken word on this planet. So like I said, any white guy, Asian guy, Arab guy that can step into that arena and hold its own, we usually elevate them because they deserve it, because you have to earn it. Because if you go out there and you can't compete, you're gonna get made fun of. You're gonna get embarrassed. You can't just go out. You have to be confident, because one misstep, it's over. All right, it's over. But anyway, I'm gonna attach a clip because I want to give y'all an example of what I mean, and I just want y'all to have a little bit more appreciation for a small part of the African American culture, subculture, that has spread all across the world. There are people having these type of battles in their own small subculture arenas all over the world. From the Middle East, Asia, other parts of Africa that has picked up on, re-picked up this game in which the African Americans, their brothers and sisters, play. Down south, Europe, every corner of this earth have been inspired by the intellect of the African American and our ability to fight and use words and our intellect on a battlefield that is invisible in front of a massive amount of people, when you have an opponent that's also fighting you using verbal words, combat. And this is much harder than debating, because when you debate, you got a team, you got your notes, you got all this stuff. No, when in battle rap, everything that you write, everything that you pre-record, you have to know that in your head. It has to be set out. It has to be laid out. It has to be in its documented file, all in your brain, and you got to be able to spit it out correctly and in a timely manner, in the format at which it was meant to be distributed, so everybody can hear it. Because if it's not said the right way, at the right time, on the right beat, on the right vibration, it won't hit. All right, so I just think that we should have a little bit more appreciation and some of the things that we do as African Americans that we have given to the entire world, that the entire world enjoys, and they get to spread their their minds, and they get to play a game that was inspired by Africans, but the whole world gets to enjoy it and get to see where they measure up to when it comes to intellectual combat with an opponent. Anyway, that's all I got to say. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
You battle Loso. I was front row. Yeah, giving them more praise. I had to give courage to twerk like pills do for strippers on stage. Clips is going blaze. You'll turn up dead. I'll burn a leg. You my brother. I can't watch you die. So I turn my head. I don't want to do this to you, nigga.
Would not give a fuck. Him him up. Grab this dude. Ask him who he think he was. Then interrupt with a grapple move. Trip him up. Hit him once. He dripping blood. Back to you. Swing and cut. Half your tooth. Swing and cut. Half your tooth. Punch. Bad and bruised. Skin and lumps. Black and blue. Go. Your crew. You drink your snuff. As you snooze. If he stay past your bell ringing, they gon' have to pick him up after school.
Don't joke around, explosive rounds what I hit your dome with. Suppressor look like the Debbie cake I equipped the chrome with. That just mean I put a switch up on this and a switch up on this. John, you think it's too late for you to switch opponents? 100 rounds.
Let's go! I remember watching Mook versus Mills to this day. It was at my Aunt Donnie crib on Warburton. And the only person she was feeling was Jay. So I want to say rest in peace, Aunt Donnie. I know how you love food. I hope you're feeling okay. I can't order Uber Eats up to heaven, but your meal's on the way. This is
We not about to keep getting it. Shit'll get real, Jimmy. I'll catch your stupid ass in traffic and really kill Jimmy. Head tap right in the car and leave shotgun in the window like a hillbilly. It's go time. I'm about to fuck you up, nigga. It's go time.
Gun bar king without clips. I'll push a button, hit the switchy with the thumb. See an idiot done what you don't know. Most rappers die in the city that they from. You got a career, I got a gun. 50 battles, your own catalog in a drum. See this
This who you deal with, Smack? A nigga beefing with a bitch from Gorilla Stone ain't do shit to the niggas that took his chain. How real is that? You so worried about the gorillas, you need to go and get your silver back. Silver clock.
Earth ain't nothing but a coupe with a body attack. See Kales? They'll throw the demon back. Your spirit, I'm about to speak to that. You can call for help, but can't reach for that. Your block, I'll be bleeding that. Some shit really based off instinct. You can't teach them that. I done seen niggas die over pride before you had a week for that. That was crazy.
You get my any touch, I'll stomp your wife. Hit your granny with a left.
Okay.
Give your mom some rights.
Okay.
Knock out your mom's sister. Swing with all my might.
Okay.
Get your auntie with the hook.
Okay.
It's a hard knock life.